Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel. And if you find a word, it's yours. Habits, go deeper and push. Examine habits that may impede the pathways to your goals and encourage beneficial ones. Go deeper, expressing the deeper meanings in life while staying attuned to childlike wonder is at the heart of great art. And push, don't feel inadequate, forget how to quit, push on no matter how things look. We had those cards in one reading as well, right? I'm like, did I not shuffle enough? That's so strange, though. You know, there are so many more cards that can, that can be on the table, but no, it has to be both of them, those two. So, but this is a new one. So it wants to look at habits and go deeper. I feel that this is a little bit of a resistance that I'm feeling. Even though those are the same cards like in a recent reading, I feel there's more resistance. It's resistance towards creating habits that would be beneficial, you know. It's a bit of resistance, and there's a lot of push back. It's almost like if you want to push on, I feel that you are pushing against some sort of boundary, or it's like you're standing in front of a wall and you can't see the way out. With the habits, yeah, you know, if you got triggered, for example, and you overcame a habit, and then the habit comes back creeping, you know, it's like back you are, right? I feel a lot of aggression in this reading, honestly. It's like you want to go ahead and you want to push forward, but you get to a point where you get so aggressive and everything is triggering you. It's also, I feel like small things as well, they might be very intensely aggravating you. Like, I really feel that. So this is back on the table, this one. Let's see what we have here. Adaptability, opportunity. Okay, I think that's what you don't see. And straddling words, wandering between realms. And drifter, experiencing life as it comes. I feel that there is an issue here with the drifter and the adaptability. I feel there is an issue about what happens when when life doesn't go the way you want it to, when it doesn't go as planned, when there's some unexpected expense popping up and you are negatively surprised, right? I feel this is the a triggering point, for bad habits to come back. That's the pushing forward to it. And then there's also, I feel that there's this wish to go to change something, but you don't feel that you can or should. It's like a bit pushing you in or pushing you back. It's like you want to go somewhere, but you don't see the opportunity or the you don't see a way out. I'm just thinking of, so it's like this ship is an obstacle, right? It's an obstacle, and it's like it's you can't you I feel you can't really see how to escape this. It's like you want to go to this this bright spot there, but how should you when there's something just against or as an in the way, right? Yeah, and wandering between realms, it's the with regarding a habit, what's right, but you also know that there's this other thing that is pulling you towards it. And if I feel that there's let's pull some cat cards, because I feel that there's something that comes up as well. It's judgment. Okay. Yeah, look at this. I mean, the cat is right there, and this looks like this is just a fence, right? But it looks like a prison, doesn't it? If you look at it, there's this the cat tries to go through this, and it just doesn't go. It doesn't. Yeah, but it's an obstacle, right? But I feel that forcing yourself through it isn't the solution here. It's like it seems to me that you need to surrender to what you have there, because there's this magic here, right? It's because the cat is going through or tries to go through the fence. It doesn't perceive all the magic that is around, or every this big cat in the stars that is shining light. I feel that there's something that you don't see, that you are just because I feel that there's this dark cloud that is not beneficial for you. You can't see past this obstacle. I feel you can't. It's like when you just look at this and you don't see that there's light there, with the judgment. Yeah, I feel that there's something that you are judging in a negative way. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a very cluttered card, isn't it? There are some pentacles here and there, but if you look at the cat, the way the cat is sitting in all the clutter, right? The whole family, actually, it's not tidy, right? And I feel that it could be that you feel like that, or maybe that's your surroundings. Maybe because this is cluttered and this is cluttered. It's all cluttered. Oh, there's a lot of fighting here. So I feel that what you don't see is that you can clean up the space. Or what you don't see is that if you were getting out of this self-perceived cage that you are in, you would end up being a drifter, and this would add to your personal clutter. I feel though that you really want to run away from it. It's like, if you look at this one, I just had a glimpse of it. It's like the bottom, right? Bottom of the deck. And I feel that you want to just close the door and go away from it. You know, you don't want to see it. But to be able to clean up a space, right, you need to see what's going on there. You need to look at the clutter, touch it, move it, examine it, decide if you want to still keep it or not. And that takes longer than just throwing some dynamite into the whole situation, right? I mean, it depends, right? I feel that there's this urge of wanting to rid yourself of things. It's like this aggressive wiping everything off the table, and I don't want this anymore, and just leave, putting everything in bags and throwing it out. But that's not beneficial, because this will lead you to clutter up the space again, because you didn't examine why the clutter did accumulate in the first place. And therefore you need to look at it from closer and really look at it. And this gives you the opportunity that you have been seeking. I feel that there's something that is about to come in that you didn't see, that was not visible for you, and if you would have gone somewhere else, you wouldn't have received it. So there's this feeling of you want to escape or go away or whatnot, but there's the force that is keeping you there. And it could be pentacle related, right? It could be that you are literally wanting to go somewhere, but you can't because you don't have the funds to do so, right? But also, if you look at it, if you exchange your money for stuff, then your space will be cluttered, and your wallet will be empty, right? But if you don't, and you just examine why it cluttered up in the first place, and just use what you have, use what you have, you will see that there's this opportunity there, and you don't need to do. I feel that there's something that you think you need to do that is something that you don't want to do, but you think you need to do something, but you don't. So it's clearly you don't need to do anything that you don't want to. And then you perceive some magic. So I feel that the universe is holding you there to clean up, to get a cleanup process with all the eyes here. It's like what I've mentioned before, some sort of spiritual energetic cleansing that requires you to not run away. You need to sit somewhere and work through your things, and that's what you are doing. And it can be so uncomfortable that you want to run away at times, I feel. And maybe you have done it in the past as well, but this time you need to look at this creature in the eyes, right? And it's the opportunity that you are receiving because you are being held at one place. So if you are stuck between two realms, or let's say you think about going some places and you really want to, and somehow you can't for some reason. Look at the number 52. So give it a year and work on your stuff instead, and then examine. Don't let it go, right? So if you have some dreams and you think, oh, now you can't live them because of some complications. No, it's like you are being blessed in this year, and when you are looking at yourself. And this is a bit of a tough situation just because of the feelings here involved. I feel that this is because it's so cluttered and you want to run away and you are uncomfortable and it feels like like this situation here, right? And you don't want to fight, and you don't have to, you will not, it's like you don't have to fight like that. If you surrender to it and just look at it with a little bit of curiosity, what was mentioned before, a bit of a childlike curiosity, without judgment. If you think that things that happen to you are bad, and that alone leaves you in a state of mind that is very unfortunate in a way, right? Because you already think that you are in a bad state somehow. But if you think of it as something, a gift, everything, even the things that you previously judged as unfortunate, if you think at it as a gift and you examine it in it, what you are not seeing, if you really look for it, what is it about a situation like this that makes you uncomfortable, or that you feel it was bad, and what if you just take the judgment away and then look at it as what is it about this that is good? And you might be surprised that you find something there. And I feel that this is some sort of bit of a school with straddling worlds and drifting. It's like I think Spirit wants you to focus less on the material world and everything like that, pentacles, so less on that but more on spirit, right? So I feel that there's this straddling world between spirit, maybe your dreams, your psychic development, versus the real world. And I feel that I say the spiritual world is a part of the real world, but you know what I mean, right? The material, dense world that we are living in versus the dream state. And I feel there are opportunities for you right there that you can't see them if you are on the run. If you are on the run and having to sort out, distract yourself with some material things, or, just this world right here, this one, then you will lose out on everything that wants to be seen. And it's like this, it's like now when it appeared to be a door that you wanted to close, it now looks like you need to look over the pentacle, over it, and then you perceive this landscape. And I'm not sure if this is a mountain or if it's water, but whatever it is, you will find out, right? And you need to find out. That's a gift. And I feel that the aggressive nature of this, there's some sort of aggression that I feel it's a frustration of being stuck somewhere, right? That's a bit frustrating. This will dissolve when you surrender to it, and so you give it time, and you say, okay, well, if that's what I need to do now, just surrender to it, and then your mood will improve, and this will in return also then make the whole thing less like you want to run away. Because then all of a sudden, I think you just want to run away from this feeling of being frustrated, of being stuck between worlds. It's like you were so close, and then I think something happened that didn't, that made you feel stuck somewhere, and then I feel that makes you aggressive when you want to do some things and you can't, right? And when you just surrender to it and you're like, okay, well then, if it's something I need to look at now, then I do. And there's a gift in it, so I better get it. It's like there's the opportunity that I probably didn't see because I didn't want, like something like that. So I'm gonna put some more cards. So we spoke about dreams. Let's see if we have some dream here. Freedom. There's an opportunity for freedom and you didn't see it? Oh, that's something. I feel that so apparently something that you wanted to go to was not a path of freedom and you thought it was. And I feel that, that could make you aggressive, right? And then there's this path that you didn't see, that you are receiving, and it's freedom, and it's right there. And it's easier. It's much easier. It's easier because you don't need to run away from it. From your freedom. Well, that's beautiful, isn't it? I like it. Of course. I mean, that's nice. Strange that you didn't see it. But I feel there's something going on, as a change of your mindset that is giving you freedom. It's like where you would have chosen to run away previously, you are not. And this change alone changes everything else. It's like a butterfly effect, right? Of course, if you are doing something the way you've always done it, and when you look at it as habit, maybe a habit that you let go of that is hard for you to let go of because you perceive it's giving you freedom, or it's just easing the situation that you're in. If you let it go and you look at your situation without a habit like that, so it must be something destructive, right? But if you let it go and you look at your situation the way it is, then you perceive something else. And because you let it go, you can also act in a different way. And this is the path of freedom. And then you see it. And you didn't see it before, of course. Oh, that's interesting. And I feel that has a ripple effect. This has an effect of, it's like this hot air balloon. It's bringing you somewhere you would have missed out on if you wouldn't have done that. So if you would have run away, you couldn't have gotten there. So compassion. May you tend to the suffering again. So we had it in another reading as well. Yeah, tend to the suffering. Of course, if you leave something behind and you feel the urge to, or, let's say you don't engage in a habit and you miss it and you want to do it and makes you want to run away, which means run away from the tending to the suffering, right? So you want to instead feed the suffering. That would be not the path of freedom. But if you stick with it and look at it and clean it up, right? And properly as well, then you see that there's something, there's the opportunity there. It's this ripple effect of now you're doing this like that and everything else changes as well and you get opportunities. And it's a bit, it's like this magic, right? Maybe you want to run away from your own magic because you don't see that it's already there for you. And you just see that I feel that you are stuck in this situation where you think that you need to go somewhere, but you can't, and this makes you aggressive. Whereas now you surrender to it and you just work through all the feelings and then everything changes around you. So in the end, you get to a much better place that you could have thought of. I love that. Again, I love that. I'm saying this all the time. Well, yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna pull a Moonology card. It's time to give rather than take. And adjustments are required. Again, this being adjustments, adaptability. That's this where you feel that you are out of control if you can't do whatever, you know, is in your mind. When you can't do it, you know, when you're forced to be somewhere, it feels like an external force that forces you to be somewhere because, right? But I feel that this is for the betterment, and you need to examine some things. And of course, it depends on your mindset. When you think you are forced to be somewhere, it's like when you are forced to give up a habit that you like, then you get aggressive because you can't change the habit, or you don't want to change it. Whereas if you look at it, you want to change it, then the energy is completely different. I feel that there's a lot of will, or if you so say, ego involved in this. It's like you want something else, but you feel that you have to do something, and it doesn't help if you think about you have to do it. So yeah, and if you just let it go and be a bit more compassionate towards yourself, you will see the beauty that is surrounding you, and that you have access to, that you always have access to. And this will ease the suffering, and this will ease and make it go away. And most of all, you have opportunities that you did not see. And everything falls into place in a good way. Yeah. I feel this reading needs something more. It's one of the cynical ones, right? Let's pull some of the more cynical cards here. This is a very special deck. So let's see. What do we have? Life is better when you dance. April. Okay, so maybe April is something that is of significance here. And dancing, yeah, well, of course, right? So it wants to encourage you to have fun. And dancing is an activity that doesn't cost money, and that you can do when some things are just in any circumstance, right? So yeah. Okay, let's see who this reading is for. I hope it's helpful. Yeah. Libra. Okay. Yeah, so additional info is in the litter box below, and see you next time. Bye bye.